Simpson. And Japan have gone absent without leave. This is Whitmore. Hall and Gale both available. It's still Whitmore. It is the Reggae Boys who take the lead.
BallChat.
Greetings and welcome to the kickoff episode of BallChat Weekly. All right, this is BCN Sports BallChat Live. You don't know, the number one or the best world football show with a Caribbean touch. You don't know, I'm one of the hosts, Junior. And right down there, we see the big star of the show, Come On, is here with our big Chelsea background. And we have a special guest with us today. Because you don't know, Come On, you're a resident star, right? But we right now we have another guest on with us representing Athletic Republic. The man himself, the myth, Mr. Max Aniki. Max, what's going on, sir?
Ben,
you want the drum roll?
Yeah, thanks very much for having me. I've been listening to you guys and following you guys. You guys are doing a great job. So I'm pleased to be here today. A little bit nervous, but okay.
And it's funny you say you're nervous because, come on, something that you should know about Max. And Max, he's a very humble guy, and he doesn't like to talk about this. But as a Manchester United fan myself, I have to talk about Max because Max represents something that I need. Max is, I don't want to say a farmer. He's a professional goalkeeper that used to keep in England. You kept for. Are you also a Nigerian national goalkeeper? Are you kept for? Was it MK Dons? What are the teams you kept for?
Sorry.
What were the teams that you played for?
Yeah, for me, I was everywhere. I was everywhere, meaning I'm a journeyman. Yes, as a keeper, it's not easy for keeper. But as you see down, Onana wasn't even on the squad. Hello, Onana himself. But that's another story. So I'm a journeyman. I go everywhere. I was in Poland, started at WKS when I left Africa, then went to England. I was at Arsenal first, but it didn't work out as I came because Arsenal was the team. And Arsenal Wenger, Then I moved to West Ham. So I was training at West Ham, but as I told you already, I didn't get the work permit 75% through. But that doesn't stop me. But I have to play the non-league, So I was non-league when Jamie Vardy was digging hole there. I was digging as well. So I played for Torog, Dagenham, you name it. Wickham Wanderers, even before they were there, I was there. I was a journeyman. So, but I was playing mighty. I was digging, hoping that Sir Alex Ferguson will come and get me, that was the standard.
And there were
but
times
he never came.
And there were times when Alex Ferguson needed it. Because we had Fabian Barthez, we could have used you. When we had Jack Butler, we could have used you.
Barthez, for me, when Carroll was playing there, I was like, I'm better than this guy. Come on, man. Carroll, hello. I was challenging him, unfortunately.
But yeah, so fast forward now, and the reason why you're here, we have a premiere interview of on the field or off the field that will be premiering tomorrow on our channel at 5 p.m. An exclusive interview with you. And right now, as you've transitioned further in your professional career, you're now an owner of Athletic Republic here in Atlanta. Just give our listeners just a quick, before we start the football talk, what is Athletic Republic and what does it mean for athletes?
Yeah, Athletic Republic, it started very quickly. When I came here, I have two boys, Robert and Leo, playing soccer, coaching. So I coached the school, the middle school. But I noticed the kids, no footwork, no technique, they soccer-wise, the other sports, they thrive. So I started a YouTube coaching the kids, your technique is our passion. So when I get to transition to what business do I need in America, as you could hear, I'm from from the island, So what business? So I was looking for business that suits me, that I have joy, and then my kids will be involved in it. There's few of the gyms that pop up, But when I saw Athletic Republic and what they offer, I'm like, it's a sports science-based gym. It's not a gym that you just walk in and then start pulling. It's come, they take your measurement, take everything, know the discrepancy of your legs and your technique and everything, your muscle mass, what your muscles are doing, what your bodies are doing. Then they start working on you, on what your sport is, so that injury prevention. And then the strength, the speed as well. Yes, speed can be taught, when you see Usain Bolt running. I remember Usain Bolt when he went to the Olympic, the first Olympic, he went in Australia, he didn't, then he came back. So that means he has the gene already. So, but the speed has to be taught. So we do that, we could teach you speed. So speed, strength, agility, power, and injury prevention. That's what Athletic Republic brings to the kids. So any kid that is struggling in coordination, doesn't know what to do in the sports, get 2 left foot, bring him to us. We walk him and get him up and running,
And I wish I had that 30 years ago, because maybe I would have been something later on than just a armchair coach. But I have the website up here, athleticrepublic.com. This is the one that's in Roswell, Georgia. Make sure you check it out. If you have a young athlete in your family, or if you're an athlete, or if you know anybody that's an athlete and feel like they're elite, get to Athletic Republic. Want to be elite,
especially from the island. Let's go, because I know we get what it takes, everywhere, anyway. But we go,
So come on, do you have any questions for Max before we move on?
So what about those guys who play Sunday League? Because I know a couple of them in a BallChat group that I have, would this work for some of them too? Because I know at least one who always said that he was a business house defender. He could still use this, no matter the age, right?
It's listen, look at Junior stretching up. Yes, it's a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle. We want you to, even if weekend warriors, we come, we measure you, we attend to you, to what you need. Yes, we could, we could do the, we don't want to call them senior or like off your prime. No, right. That Saturday or Sunday league you want to play, you still want to make sure your muscles, your legs, everything are fine. You want to get fit, and we could work with you as well, but it's going to be different modality and different intensity to compare with the younger generation and young athletes,
Okay.
So let's transition now into the show, because Max, I know that you're an avid football fan, and especially you wanted to come on and be a part of the EPL conversation. So without any further ado, we have to enter into this weekend's game, or this week's games. And let's kick it off. Okay, with our show, we start off, we have a segment that's called Ballers and Bugs. So while we talk about the games, if there's a player that you think is a baller of the week, you go out there and shout out that player during that game. And if there's a player that you think that was a bug of the week, a bug being player that just underperformed, did poorly, go ahead and just highlight that player as well. Or if you want to abstain, because I know you don't want to offend some of your friends out there, you can if you want. Yeah. It's up to you. But come on, and we will call out the bugs as they go, right? So let's kick it off. Let me bring up the scores from this week, and we have to start off with what happened on Friday with Liverpool versus Liverpool play against again.
Wolves.
Wolves.
Bournemouth.
Against Bournemouth. Liverpool defeated Bournemouth 4-2. Talk to me about that game, and do you have any ballers and bugs from that game specifically? Go ahead, Max.
Liverpool did really well. I wasn't expecting them to play the way they played, They played really, really well. Okay, I don't want to be biased, but I'm going to pick out the keeper, Liverpool keeper. So,
I'm curious to know about what happened to the Liverpool keeper.
His delivery and the way he played, the way he commanded the team, he stood out for me, because the game was it was tight. It was tight. I know, different. Mo Salah did well. Yes, Mo Salah scored. You know, always like to score. He did okay. But for me, I'll go for the keeper. The keeper did well. You know, keepers union. I always go for the keeper first as a baller.
So come on, it's all about the referees union and Max will be about about the goalkeepers union. So come on, what's your takeaway from that game?
So for me, I was glad that Semenyo scored a brace, after he was racially abused by the
I try
team.
to avoid that.
Yeah, so that was something that stood out for me. That's how you kind of shut people up. Unfortunate that they lost, because I guess the game was tight. The game could have gone anyway, and Liverpool fans were a little bit worried. They were stressed. They didn't expect. But let us be fair. Bournemouth is a team. Bournemouth and Brighton are two teams that we really can't sleep on. Yeah, we can't sleep on those two teams. They always give a fight. They don't care if you are in first place, last place. They always come out. So when it was 2-2, I kind of felt that it would have either ended in a draw or Bournemouth would have, pulled it out. But of course, champions are always champions.
Yep.
And Liverpool came out and they did their best. I saw someone posting about Mo Salah is old. Let me just tell people this. I will not stand for the Mo Salah slander. He is what every team wants. You said you're a journeyman when it comes to goalkeeper and moving around. Mo Salah is a journeyman when it comes to Liverpool. At what point you think this man is up in his 30s? He's all over the place. He's never tired. He played the entire 90 plus minutes and he never tired. You saw him in defense. You saw him in the box. You saw him covering on corners. You saw it all. So for me, Semenyo, because of him standing up, and saying, I'm scoring, I'm doing well. And then Mo Salah, for me, I mean, he is my man of the match.
Yeah, Mo Salah definitely. And Semenya, if you, I know you guys are following. He's supposed to move. He's supposed to get a move. He's supposed to be. Yeah, but he stayed.
It was Tottenham, right? It's supposed to move to Tottenham.
Yeah,
Yeah. So,
but they give us another year, give us another year. So he is playing above his league. And another thing, like Mo Salah, there's a different. I don't want to go political. There's a different way they value the players from the other side. So
we talk about it all. About it all the time. Look at Suarez. I said, and so Junior get upset sometimes when I point out the 80 million pound man on his team. Suarez, they undervalued Suarez. When Suarez was in the league, he was tearing it up, right? And Arsenal wanted to do it. I will never forget it. 80 million pound and a penny, right? Was that what it was? And a penny, something like that. He wanted 8 and 1. He didn't want to overvalue or pay him what he thought he was worth. But then you go out there and look at a Harry Maguire for 80 million. I'm like,
That now you opening a different kind of worm.
So
if you look at Greedish,
and now they're seeing, but guess what? They don't want to admit the bias. They don't want to admit their error. So everybody is trying to let Grealish succeed when we all see that the short socks
knows that. Unfortunately, Grealish himself knows that.
Correct. But so they would rather penalize a foreign player, right? Who is better than their local player. And I'm sorry, but Harry Maguire, yes, him saved Man U a couple times, but he will always be the example that I use, because there's no way on earth that man worth 80 million. But that is me.
As we talk about valuation and players, and we talk especially for Liverpool, with the transfer market still open, and when we transition to the next game that we're going to talk about, there's a player that Liverpool still covets. There's a player that Liverpool still wants, in Alexander Isak, to come from Newcastle. Looking at this game, and I know it's only game one, but and I think Benton kind of hinted towards this as well, what we spoke the last time. Does Liverpool need Isaac, or do you guys see any red flags where Liverpool could probably spend that money elsewhere?
I think Liverpool would do well with an Isak. If they don't get him, it's not crisis. It's not a crisis mode for them, right? But they would do well because they're in so many different competitions, right? And even though the Liverpool starting a level is strong, the bench is not necessarily a strong bench. It's an okay bench. But if when you're playing 4 or 5 competitions in a season, you are going to need your best players. Not to say that Isak is a bench player. He's not a bench player, right? But it's the first game. Liverpool can use him, but if they don't get him, I don't think they'll put their hands on their head and say, you know what, we'll miss this big thing. Newcastle need him.
They
I'm
need
like,
him. Newcastle
yeah,
desperately need Isak.
need him. So it's like you have Anthony Gordon, a good player. Anthony Gordon has grown.
Anthony Gordon can make a run, but
Exactly, but quality is quality. You
Yeah.
have your goal scorer out there, and you're going to have pride. I'm sorry, they have to figure something out. What is it that he needs? What is it that he wants? You are in the business of winning a competition. You have to keep your star players happy or whatever. If Liverpool can use him, but they don't need him. Chelsea, on the other hand,
but Chelsea cannot afford, I do apologize. They can't afford to spend on Isak now.
No, they're getting rid of Jackson. Listen, if they get rid of some of these
You can't
players,
compare Jackson and Isak. You can't compare Jackson. You compare Jackson and Isak. They get rid of Jackson to get Isak.
Yes.
Jackson is a good player, but he needs time to develop. He needs time. He needs patience. He needs reputation. It could be great.
Yeah, but this is not
and
academy.
I'm not bashing
though.
Jackson. Listen, I'm not bashing him.
But this is not academy though. If we are talking about growing and grooming players, then he can go play for the U21s. Chelsea wants to win Champions League. We want to win League Cup. We want to win the Premier League. I don't see them spending 100 million for a 5-year contract on a project when we have the ready-made players. I get it. We want to have fancy looking football. We didn't have it today. I fell asleep in minute 35 of the game today.
Great goal by Eze though. Great goal, but hey.
Yeah, it was very good goal. Very, very good goal. Yeah. And I am worried about the goalkeeper, right? Sanchez is someone I worry about too, but I mean, they have to figure out something when it comes to Isak. At Newcastle, with that game versus Aston Villa, it is showing that you need your star striker.
You have a comment on that, Max?
No, just continue. I'm just going.
So I want before one last thing on this Liverpool Bournemouth game. After this game, just for the big games, for the big teams, we're going to ask: do we have more questions than answers? Do we feel comfortable about this team? Are they where we think they should be? So for Liverpool, do you guys have more questions or answers? Do you feel like they are where they should be? Do you expect to see a change before the end of the transfer market? What do you guys say about that? Max, go ahead.
Okay. For me, Liverpool, they lose a couple of players. Rest in peace, Thiago.
Yes.
Our prayers and thought to the family, and then they let one went to Bayern. Yes, so good runner, good industrial. He gives you box to box. What he does, he keeps you going. He keeps the engine going. So he makes the runs that no one wants to do. So and they
Nunes
and Alex that went to the other side. They lost him as well. He whips it in very well. He has that whip. So maybe they need a couple of more players just to steady the ship for them, because they'll be playing in different fronts, Champions League, Premier League, So yes, Liverpool may need 1 or 2 good players, ready to go players, not just someone you're gonna get and then have a month. Ready to go players, then that will be okay. Because yes, they played well, they beat Bournemouth, but it wasn't convincing. Bournemouth were taking the game to them. You watch the game, you feel like something gonna happen, till towards the end they roll over, they steamroll over. So that's what they need to do. They need to get two good players. If they get Isak, maybe then see somebody who's going to be coming through the middle, giving them that run. I don't know who.
Right.
They will be complete. They might go and win the Champions League. But,
cut out the foolishness. Like, okay. So,
What says you, come on?
I mean, I agree. Jota is gone.
Yes.
Nunes is gone, and you know how I feel about Nunes. Nunes is
different.
Yeah, his scoring can be improved.
He scored the difficult one and missed the easy one.
Yeah, but that's the thing too. But you need a Nunes running at a back line. I mean, like, what as defenders, and you see Nunes coming, it's problem. So you need a disruptor, and I think that Nunes, to me, is a disruptor. I mean, he's scoring. Maybe they need to play him behind the 9 as a 10 or a 9.5, a 6. Something, but he wasn't doing it as a 9. He wasn't in a striker. It wasn't coming off for him. But he was one of those players that would disrupt any backline and allow other players to get this opportunity to score. Diaz, when Bayern scored his first goal, first trophy, as he said, he was also one of those players that would, allow the game to flow.
Yeah.
No, I bet you any amount of money, no, we're going to have Salah taking shots from every part of the field, because Salah is one of those selfish players that will take shots versus having those players that you can play off.
Yeah.
So outside of Isak, I really don't see a player that really fits that category right now for Liverpool. And Liverpool don't like to spend.
Right.
So that's another thing. But yeah, Liverpool can do 1 and 2 because, as I said before, they will have so many different competitions that they need to shore up their bench as well as their 11.
So I take for as we leave this game that there more questions to be asked and more changes needed. I find it funny that none of you guys mentioned needing a defender, but we leave that for another time because I think they need a defender. So that's cool. Let's move on to the next game. I think for me, in my opinion, this is the biggest game of the weekend. And no, it's not Manchester United, Arsenal. No, it's not Chelsea. No, it's not Man City. The biggest game of this weekend, in my opinion, was Aston Villa versus Newcastle. This to me was a 5th place game. This to me is a Champions League place game. We already know the 4 best teams in England. This to me was a Champions League decider type game early. Somebody need to set their mark. The game ended 0-0. We know what happened. Aston Villa went down to 10 men. Newcastle could not score. I think the winner of this weekend was Alexander Isak. Come on, let's start with you. First of all, am I crazy for thinking this was the biggest game of the weekend? And what's your takeaway from this game?
You're always crazy. Man City to me was the biggest game this weekend because of the issues that they had last season. So I was looking to see how they would come out, guns blazing or water gun spewing water. So for me, I thought that was one of the biggest. But to the Aston Villa thing, I am so confused with all the moves and I would have kept Rashford. Let me just say that. I would have kept Rashford. All right? Because Aston Villa is Rashford level. Let me just say that. As much as we talk about Leon Bailey, I would have kept Leon Bailey. John Duran, I would have gone back for John Duran because John Duran is unhappy wherever he is. So I would have gone back.
The money was good. The money was good,
but he's not happy.
For them to let John Duran go. He could still come back 10 years later.
Unless there's something in the clause that says he can't come back after we bought him from you, I would use some of that money and take him back because I know that man will come back right now in a heartbeat because he's not happy. But Aston Villa is poor. They were very, very poor. Even though they went down to one, Newcastle was poorer. So I don't know about junior and fifth place. This seems like 10 and 11 to me.
Come on, better to say you're a little bit dark in the video, but yeah, you said 10 or 11. That's cool. But Max, what do you think about that? Because I think you'll be hard pressed to find a team that is competing for fifth that's better than Aston Villa and Newcastle.
Yeah, when you said biggest game, I was like, biggest game, okay? Maybe because of the two teams, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but with Aston Villa, they always organize. They always stubborn, you know? Stubborn, you're gonna come up. You're gonna break them down, you know? If you don't know, Aston Villa stopped Arsenal from winning the league. No, you might not know it, but you know that game, Aston Villa came and did a little bit of that, stop them, and you know why, you know who did it, you know. So from history, so with Aston Villa, even with 10 men, you have to come. You have to come with your best foot forward, and because the Newcastle, Eddie Howe, you get Gordon running like this, Aston Villa will take care of you. So yes, a little bit big game for you, but for me, it wasn't too great game because I wasn't watching with any intense, but still a good game, you know, good game for them. So, but both of them, they might need one or two players as well if they could get it. But you know, Aston Villa like to sell anyway. Anything 100 million, they're taking the money. Yeah. So
I don't care about winning the league. Like, sir, do you want to win? Like, do you want to win in field? I mean, I get it, making the money,
no,
but
they
you have
want
to
to
want
stay
to
in the
win.
Premier League. Yeah, they want to stay in the Premier League.
That's it. They wanted to stay in the Premier. They're like West Ham. They're like Everton, and they're gonna mess around and be like Leicester. That's what's going to happen to them.
I think Leicester one was different, but Aston Villa, whatever they're doing, they're looking back at the shoulder and go, if we could finish above 10 and anything we get from 12 to 10 is a bonus. So they come know exactly where they belong. You know, even with last year, they were like, oh, they're going to be third, they're going to win the league. They're not thinking that way. They just want to survive, repackage, get players, get money, the rest of thing, you know? So that's Aston Villa for you, you know?
No ambition, Aston Villa.
Okay. There's ambition, and the ambition is to stay in Premier League.
I make the money, but they don't want to win the title, win League Cup, don't want to win nothing at all. And then Newcastle, I mean, like, I think they're giving Eddie basket to carry water. Because you're not giving the man the tools to succeed. Newcastle had no idea what to do with the ball in the final third. They had no idea what to do. At least you need a creative player for Newcastle. I mean, the window is still open, so maybe there, be things behind the scene. Maybe some players that they're looking at in championship that they can get, but it's just not working for them. And whatever you have to do for bring back Isak, bring him back.
Yeah, Eddie Howe. I think Isak with the chanting. I don't know if you know, because for me, when I hear the chanting, I know what they're saying. So sometimes when I watch the game, you hear the chanting. There's something they were saying in the crowd. I'm not gonna be the one who brought it. So maybe with the chanting, he might not come back.
I mean, I'm burning off his jersey. We've seen that before. Look at Inaki Williams, athletic Bilbo. They defaced his mural, they burnt his jersey, and guess what? He signed an extension, and now it's the love of their lives again. Football fans are they're fickle. I mean, they're fickle. If Newcastle loses 3 games, how many games? Oh no, we don't have so much time if the transfer window closed. If they lose one more game, so they lose 4-0 to a Bournemouth or a Brighton, I bet you they will be chanting to get Isak back, because as much as they don't want a player to leave, they don't want their team to be embarrassed.
Yeah, you're right. Hopefully they sort it out. And his house was bubbled a couple of times, the Yardie. So for him, he's already checked out. So and then now things are canceled against him. So hopefully he comes back. Hopefully he stays. I don't know, but
his asking prices isn't 100 mil. 100 was it 110? What was the asking price for him?
Well, Liverpool came with 110 million, and reportedly, and Newcastle said no, and they walked away.
But
So
who, other than Chelsea to spend ridiculous and stupid money, who will pay upwards of £110 million for a player in this day and age? Who?
No, but you paid 100 million for Grealish, so it's not going to compare.
That was then. I mean, and people have learned. People have. I think Greedy scored. He scored like four. So
that's a good return. That's a good return.
So I think people have learned their lesson. We've seen what's his name on Brighton? What's his name?
Mitoma.
Wasn't he 15 mil? And the returns have been so people are learning that you can get a 15 million, an 18 million pound player.
No, but different players. And if you look at where he comes from, he's happy to be in the Premier League.
Mm-hmm.
Too good, but he just want to be there.
Right.
The other ones are already there, so the value is huge.
But who's going to pay? Arsenal needs a striker. You think Arsenal going to pay over? No, not 110.
Arsenal need a striker.
Arsenal need a striker. So
let's see where the Alexander Isak saga goes. Soon get to some comment. BM says, "Come on, big up BM." BM says, "Greetings, Cup Ball Chat. Come on, what are your thoughts on Michael's move to Italy? I was hoping he would play at a higher level because he's a very talented player. However, I don't know the intricacies around details of the move." Big up Benton. Benton is lagging in saying biggest game for him was Man U versus Arsenal. His ballers were Semenyo, Chelsea, Chiesa. Semenyo, Chiesa, Sunderland, and Fabi Frano says free Isaac. Benton says the bugs are Graham Potter, Lucas Paqueta, and those two Mallorca players who picked up red cards. Fabi Frano said by the time he's gone, come on. And he also said that they want 150, but he believes a deal can be done at 125 to 130. Let me tell you guys something as we move away from this Newcastle game. Alexander Isak, I don't expect him to play for Newcastle after the transfer window. He'll be at another club. But I'm going to give you guys a nugget. I don't think expect him to be playing in England. Atletico Madrid lost to Espanyol today 2-1 after being up 1-0. This is the year that Cholo at Atletico Madrid might be spending money. This is the year Napoli that just got rid of Victor to Galatasaray. This is the year Napoli could spend the money. So keep an eye abroad. It doesn't have to end up at Liverpool. I don't think Isak could be playing for Newcastle, but he doesn't have to play in the Premier League. Keep an eye on that.
Yeah, I think Premier League makes you, man. Premier League. I know the other leagues, yes, but Premier League, yes, where you wanna.
Yeah, but he was over there,
he knows
the league. But I don't know if he's a Cholo kind of player. Cholo rugged kind of. I don't know if he's a Cholo kind of player. But Junior, you may be right. He may go back home. He may go back home.
Thank you.
And before we forget, yes, BM, we were hoping it would be a higher league. But it's behind the scenes. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. So Mike, you have to make some decisions, and that was one of the ones that that he could play in Italy and potentially move up to higher division. So we'll see.
But why does he's already playing in Newcastle, which is a little bit higher? Why does he want to drop to come back up again?
I mean, what do you mean drop to
go? Not Mike, not Isak. We talk about another
No, not
player.
Isak. No, talking about my son, not Isak, different player.
Oh, your son.
But Spain.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know that.
No, but Spain is on par with Premier League. I mean, like he is on par. And I said he was there for many years, and he was comfortable. He was playing very well. And if Arsenal did just listen to me and buy him in the first place, we wouldn't they hear so? Because he was coming over. He was cheaper. Yes, he was cheaper. Like Isak was cheaper, and he would have fit in Arsenal system, but Arsenal just mean, man. Mean. But Juna, you may be right. I see him going back to Spain versus Italy.
Okay.
I'm just saying, Junior has been right this year. You know, this is
Oh
the
my
year of
God.
Junior. So
I will with
as
you.
we talk
I
about
will.
fickle fans and this and that, and Max, we'll have to get home to Cameron's heart right now. As we go to the next game,
Okay.
Chelsea versus Crystal Palace. What? Come on. What the hell? Come on. Come on. The floor is yours. Come on. Chelsea versus Crystal Palace.
Yeah.
When you say what the hell? Listen to me.
Uh-huh.
I am frustrated. We were on cloud 9. We won the cup in the US, and everybody was excited. I brush up. I'm a girl who my jersey stay in my closet until I feel well. I've been wearing my jersey out the sense of pride. But we came out today and we were flat, right? We
Yeah.
by the grace of God and by this dumb rule where IFAB implement, we escaped because the opposing team is supposed to be 1 yard away from the wall.
Wow.
So we were fortunate that players don't take the time to read the rules, right? Because he was like confused. So save us. We need a striker. Our man that we put on a pedestal, Cole has not scored from open play since when? January, right? Is it January
Yeah.
or February? And we are now in August. It is concerning. So yes, you're bringing all these players, but we had the summer to gel. You had the summer to integrate. And Reece James is a good player, a good servant for Chelsea. But ever since his injuries, ever
Injury.
since
Yeah.
his
Reese.
injuries, he's
Reese
not
has
been the
been
same.
injured.
And I understand because once you have major injuries, it's always in the back of your mind that they're
It's
not
in
doing
the
the
mind. It's
extra
in the
tackling. So
yeah.
he is not as effective as how he used to be. So we lose on that end. As I said, Sanchez, the goalkeeper, I don't understand. As a big time goalkeeper, he does not know when to come off his line, when to cover. He worries me. So once players beat our defense, I have no confidence in our goalkeeper.
No.
So we have been issues scoring. Our midfield is okay. The players are young, they're running, they're spreading the ball, or whatever. But again, the most important place is the final third, and we just are
True.
not doing what we're supposed to be doing. So we were lucky not to lose the 3 points. We lose 2 points, but only gain one. We were lucky not to lose this game today. Chelsea can't afford to buy anybody else. We don't have the money, we don't have the bandwidth, we don't have the space. Like we have 30 players.
That's why you bought 80 players. That's why you bought 80 players. That's
And
it.
yeah,
Plus one.
as the court, but as the court
Ganacho.
say,
Ganacho will be there this week.
oh my gosh.
Ganacho.
As the we'll see. But as the coach says, this is my 11. He not care about the others. But we have to figure out a system where we get the ball into the back of the net. And that's where I am a little bit worried when it comes to Chelsea. We're okay running down the wings, running at players, tackling. Like I saw some tackling today. I was like, Jesus, what is this? This is U12. But I am a little bit concerned. But it's the first game of the season. They did me proud over the summer. Let me give my side some grace. Next week, who will play next week? Okay, make we see. So that's just my thing. I was disappointed, but it's the first game. Let me give
Chelsea are great. Chelsea are the team. You don't know what formation they're playing. They run you down. That's why they won the way. I know. Trust you me. When the way they beat PSG here in America, like PSG don't even know what hit them. Usually that's what PSG does to people. But Chelsea imposed themselves on them, and then so Chelsea are there. So the players, they're all young, they're full of running, they're full of energy. So they're gonna give you 110%. So when they gel, immediately they gel, it will be easier for everybody. Now you could see the pattern.
Yeah, but we played the entire summer though. When are we going to gel? We have
This is Premier League now.
West Ham is so much they're in trouble. I think this is the year West Ham will get relegated.
No. Hammers don't go down. Don't worry. Palmer's going to hammer them with.
Chelsea plays West Ham. That's our next game.
That's London Derby.
If,
London
if
Derby at West Ham.
London Derby,
yeah,
different ball game.
so we're playing the derby at West Ham, right? Playing away. This is where the rubber will meet the road. If Chelsea cannot put on a couple goals on a toothless West Ham, then we're in trouble. Because when we really have the teams that have all of them teeth in their mouth, then what is going to happen? I am okay with this gelling thing and whatever. This is not academy football. We had the summer. We had to do that. Friendlies, we played it. Now it's crunch time. I need Cole Palmer to start banging in the goals. Like, what is it?
Yeah, but Premier League, Cole Palmer, they figured him out already, if you haven't noticed that yet. So in Premier League, hence they figure you out. They know where you're going. You're going to fake it and cut it. Those defenders know what you're going to do. So Cole Palmer now has to change a few things. If he's going to come with hook the left foot and shift it, even the keeper will know. Everyone will know. So he's been figured out. So that's why when you see him not scoring goals, he's like, he's
he's frustrated. He's frustrated, and he's making and when he's frustrated, he makes those stupid fouls. And so I'm looking at him, and I was like, just put the ball in the back end. You have to be fouling these people like this. And you're right. And we joke all the time because a certain Jamaican coach, he does not watch film, and he tells people all the time. He's so proud of saying that he does not watch film. But when it comes to Premier League, this is their bread and butter. Even on the sidelines, they're rewinding the last minute of the game or the last action of the game and watching it. So we have to figure it out. We have to figure out how we're going to start working around Cole or getting. They had me today asking back for Jackson. That's how poor the game was today.
Yeah, and the man, you don't even know the other kid they sold to Arsenal, Madueke, you know, he makes that run, he cuts in. So whenever you're in danger cutting in, so they're gonna have two people marking you, then Cole Palmer will be free. So immediately they see that nobody cutting in, it's not gonna be only Cole Palmer.
Right.
Let's go. Whatever. You so just you, right? Okay. Yeah. But immediately you have two people cutting in. That's why Man United was deadly when they have the three arms attacking you. If you know your game, when Rooney, Ronaldo, Van Nistelrooy, and Ryan Giggs are running in. Now, when you have someone who's gonna cut in, and you have someone who's gonna cut in, then now you're isolating two defenders. So there are gonna be two people going to you because you're gonna cut in and shoot on your left. Now Cole Palmer will have a time. We have that. But now he's the only guy cutting in.
Okay. And they're not, and you have some teams that you see, I can be such a good coach. I'm telling you, that's why I should be Jose Moreno 2.0. Because I am saying to these players, why are you walking? You're escorting this man in the 18. Like, you isolate him out of the 18. He cannot kick that far. He has to cut in, and then he has to shoot. But when you walk him into the 18, it's any man. So listen, these defenders. Yesterday I saw, what's his name for Fulham? I think he's a very good defender. I think his name is Bassi.
Bassi, the Nigerian.
Oh my gosh, he was such a good defender yesterday, and I'm like, he's one of the underrated one, and he just had that side completely locked down. I don't see that for us. We don't have that, so I'm a little bit worried about my side. But as I said, first game, let's just see. After the West Ham game, talk to me.
Okay, that's next week, right? I'm watching that one. I'm interested in that.
That's actually Friday. We watch it. That's a lone game Friday. Prime time, 3:00 on Friday. So Chelsea versus West Ham in a game that even West Ham themselves needs to win, because West Ham went to Sunderland and lost 3-0. We don't have to talk about that game.
They need to go back for Michael Antonio.
The keeper didn't.
So you're kicking about the keeper Union now. So he's out the Union with
here we can only blame I saw
the highlight. The second and third goal he showed if you're in Premier League, at least you're gonna get your hand. The other one, he went over it. You can't go over
Yeah,
it.
let
You know,
us
come
be
on, man.
honest. Let us be honest. Sometimes we watch these games, and you know what? Let me just tell you this. An agent told me one time, he said to me, listen, sometimes coaches and sporting agents owe us some favors. He told me this straight up. Him say, you see a player out there and you're wondering how he got there. The sporting director owed me a favor. I saved that club 50 million, and so we got this players. When I am watching the Premier League and you see some when you see Norwich in there, and you see Leeds, and you see Southampton, Benton got to be upset because Southampton is his team. I don't know why. When you watch Southampton, you sit there and you're like, oh, I mean, like you are not Premier League quality. West Ham players, they're not Premier League quality. Yesterday was like, what is this? You make Sunderland, who just come up from championship, come beat you not even 1-0, because you know a 1-0 hot. But 3-0, oh no. As I'm telling you, if West Ham beat Chelsea, my jersey going back in my closet. As a matter of fact,
No, it's gonna be a tough game. With Premier League, anything can happen. You know, that's why it's Premier League. So
not with my roster. My roster value $550 million. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I am not taking that. I am a ball is run person, but not with West Ham and Chelsea. If Chelsea lose to West Ham, oh my gosh.
They might not lose, but it's gonna be a tight game. In a Premier League.
It should even be tight. It should not even be tight. Sutherland spanked them 3-0, and it's gonna be tight for Chelsea.
Thank you. So that's Sunderland
Max,
could go
do
the
not
next
let me put it on
game.
Max, do not let me put it on my blacklist, because I might have to block you. You're talking
I
about
do apologize. I do apologize.
Close
We're just talking sports, soccer or football, soccer. Listen, in Premier League, anything could happen. Any given day. If you rock up thinking you spend 102 million in a player, that guy who's $30,000 a month will come and roll you over, because he could see it in your eyes. You think like Man City got humbled last year. That's why they didn't look at the way they celebrating beating who they beat yesterday. Haaland was like we won what, because you know that's what could happen. In Premier League, you rock up the other guy who needs you more than you. By the time you know you two down, by the time you know it is almost 90 minutes, you're like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
Because everybody's an athlete, first of all. Everybody.
That was Brighton. That was Brighton last season. Now
the difference, I'm going to tell you the difference now could be the manager, how you position the people and when to attack. Who you're going to put Doku here, put that guy here. You know, he's going to cut in. The Haaland know already. They're going to strike. He's running in. So the quality will be, 5% is huge. The difference, Haaland is not technically gifted.
Right.
But put it there, he will go and get it. The smash is going to go in. That could be the difference. And for you, defender, knowing that Haaland is running down your neck will make you a little bit shaky. So Chelsea may spend all those things. Reece James running down your neck. You take him one-on-one. You like, bring it. Kyle Walker could still come and play,
Yes.
Because he knows he could still run. He could still take you one-on-one. He get his positioning right. You come in, he can match you one-on-one. He walked. The difference is that little player who can turn, and then the field opens up. That's what gives you the win.
Yeah, but West Ham cannot beat Chelsea. Let me just say that. You could talk till you're blue in the face about that little. Absolutely not.
Be careful, because we don't want to revisit this and cut this.
I'm gonna watch that game, and I'm gonna invite it back.
Junior would cut and splice this video and play it on a loop. If West Ham beats Chelsea even one,
we don't need to do that.
Let me take that back, because all it takes is a penalty. Let me just take that back.
Okay. So, but we'll see. Let me run through some comments here, because I'm going up against time. I'm still yet to talk about your guys' match of the week. So BM says you never know with Chelsea. Chelsea definitely needs a quality striker. Benton says Jackson is the right man for Chelsea. Big up to Michelle. Michelle says big up BallChat. BM says big coach Tapper. And Tapper is the coach. He said that don't watch video.
I never call her name.
Fabi Frada says, tell us which coach said that, Tapper. Michelle says we are not in trouble presently. We as in Chelsea. If we lose the next two games, we are in trouble. This is just match week 1. Let's not overreact. And that's going to be key for the next part of the conversation. Fabi Father says, free Jackson to Newcastle. Michelle says, don't forget, Palace is a solid team, well coached and organized. Fabi says, Chelsea doesn't play well on Fridays. This doesn't bode well for Chelsea coming up this Friday. BM says, unfortunately, Mikel Antonio isn't EPL level anymore. He'll do a job in the championship. Michelle says, Maresca's setup showed he did not trust the defense. She also reminded people to please like and subscribe. Benton says Southampton's goalkeeper Bazuno is available for Chelsea. 50 million instant upgrade over Sanchez.
I think Sanchez is better than that one, but anyway, yeah.
Hey, so before we go to Manchester United versus Arsenal, do you guys have anything you want to say about Man City versus Wolverhampton? For me, real quick, I don't care about any Man City game until they play against Liverpool. I think Man City is motivated. I think Man City is ready. I think Man City is ready to send a message. And may the good Lord go with anybody that's going to play against Man City. If your name is not Liverpool, good luck.
Yeah, but for Man City, they're going to need a keeper. If the other guy disappears, Edison, because what he does now with the modern keeper, he's like an extra man. So that's back in the day, because I play out, I could whip it. So he's like an extra guy. So they could play from the back. They're not worried. He could ping it left, ping it right. He could receive it under pressure. So with Man City, with the way Pep plays his game, they have to have a keeper who is good in the ball. So it's like an extra outfield player.
Reportedly, Donnarumma might be on his way there, so we'll see. But couple else about Man City.
Yeah, when you play kind of guy, if he's there, then now they're solid. Yeah. Solid. You need a solid keeper that could distribute it well. Then the rest is history. Yes, they're winning. They won yesterday, but
yeah. Well, listen, Man City, I think Man City, them have a point to prove. So that's just it. There's this chip on their shoulder. Pep was humiliated last season, personally and professionally.
It's okay. It's Premier League. Everyone, hello.
But Pep is a competitive person. He lost last season when he thought that he shouldn't have lost. So this season, I think he has that extra, no pun intended, pep in his step. So, so we shall see how it goes. But I think the trophy will be between Liverpool and Man City this season.
No, and Pep thinks it's a birthright. It's not a birthright. And because he won it when he won it there, he doesn't have those kind of players he had before. That's what he doesn't understand. So, first of all, when you look at the back, you get Vincent Kompany, you get the other guy, you got solid guys at the back. And then you get a good keeper, That's the base. Now he doesn't have those guys. Yeah, you have Haaland and the other guy. So it's going to be difficult. The players he has now are young and inexperienced. Yeah, they're going to come. He has Silva here, still there, but not the same. He could try and drive them, try to motivate them. He might not even finish third this year.
No, I disagree with that. That is a bold statement.
Oh yeah,
but you're right. For the last 2 seasons, not this season, for the last 2 seasons, their defense was worrisome. I talked about it. They got away with it. Not this season, not last season, the season before, because other teams were just as shaky. But last season they were punished because their defense was poor. We talked about it all the time. It's like having a Lamborghini engine and you have a Toyota Corolla back. That's what City. And to be fair, it's not much of an upgrade this season either. So they have to rely on Junior's guy, the Viking, right? He has to rely on them, and it's going to be a little bit tricky.
Yeah, those guys at the back. I know that here they say defense wins you championship. Yeah, clean sheets now gets you winning, in Premier League, because when you keep a clean sheet, you have a point, even though if you don't score, you still get a point, or if you score, you're going to get something out of the game. So that would be their killer heroes. Akio. Little bit the defense. Only the defense. Up front, they will be firing, but at the back, they look shaky. You don't, because whenever the ball turns, they look like they're in trouble. Before, whenever the ball turns, it looks like nothing. But now they're rushing. One mistake, the ball turns, they look like they're gonna concede. So when you're watching it, when I'm watching it with the speed, immediately you turn the ball, position of people, and the way that you go, one more touch, that's a goal, So that's when I watched them yesterday, that's what the vibe I'm getting. Maybe Pep gonna correct it, So just watch out for that.
We will see. I'm surprised at your guys' response to Man City, but time will tell. Michelle was asking, is Donnarumma good with the ball at his foot? Though talking about, he hasn't shown that he's good with the ball at his feet, but I don't think he has ever been asked.
It calms still down. When he's there, he calms, levels. Everyone is calm. Because another thing, there's another art in goalkeeping that people don't talk too much about, which I'm gonna, elaborate here a little bit. When you have a good keeper, he controls the traffic. He positions people where they need to be. When he positions people where he needs to be, he knows the next move. And because you respect him, whatever he's saying, you are going to be conforming to that. He could tell you, stand him up. That guy will stand that guy up. He's not going to lunge in. He's not going to dive in. So he's telling you to hold that guy a little bit, 2 seconds for the other guy to tuck in. And you're going to say, show him out, outside. They know when you go to the outside, you're going to whip it in. Now he's 6'7", you whip it in. You see, like the Manchester United keeper who doesn't like to come out. I know. Donnarumma will come and take you out and knock your head out and let you know that, let you know that he's not joking. If you look at the other guy injured, I don't want to mention his name, the guy who tried to do the leg, he came and swept. The guy left his leg there. Donnarumma don't care. You're going to sweep, and if you don't jump out of the way, you miss.
Yeah, he's a physical goalkeeper. He's tall, and he has as I said, the presence, and that's right, because we have a goalkeeper like that too for like Jamaica, like Andre Blake. You can see Andre Blake is the captain. But even if he wasn't the captain, you can see, even for his club Philly, you can see him in the back because he can see the entire field. So he can actually talk. So when you have goalkeepers that don't speak, then it's an issue. My goalkeeper don't speak.
When they don't speak, you don't even know if he's coming or going.
Exactly.
Like that ball, Manchester ball, that corner kick. Me, if I'm there, my knee gonna be on your head. My knee gonna be.
Yeah, exactly. And you have to come up with it. So I'm telling you, I am Jose Mourinho 2.0, because so when I am out there on the field, right, and I tell a goalkeeper, you have to say, like, U12, you yell mine, right? You say mine. So or I got it or something. Junior's goalkeeper don't do that. He's around there chewing gum and only talks when there's an error. Same thing. So I think Donnarumma will be a good fit at Manchester City.
Yep.
So since we're talking about goalkeeper communication, let's transition to the game of the day. Arsenal versus Manchester United, our set piece FC versus no goalkeeper FC.
I'm gonna come in. Set piece is part of the game. So set piece is part of the game. It's an art that is appreciated. People don't appreciate set piece. If you look at the people like back in the day, Sam Allardyce, you might have a bunch of old players, but when they get a throw-in, they know they get opportunity. When they get a free kick, they know that's when they know they will score. So they work on it. Tony Pulis, old school. Yeah. He has a Delap that throws the throw-in. That when the throw-in started, you rather have a goal kick or corner kick than have a throw-in from the halfway line. That's how they. So if you could defend that, then that's part of it. If you can't defend it, when they do the runner, Manchester United today, the runners, they couldn't cope with the runners. They were mismatched, Keeper get boxed in. Keeper, you got your arm, you got your head, you got everything inside your 6-yard box. You shouldn't be flapping. Do you know even if that guy didn't hit the ball, he's going in anyway? I remember, if you remember Song corner kick went in. Sorry, I do apologize. So that,
but I think not because it was Arsenal last year scored. I think last season scored the most goals from set pieces, and they have they have the set piece coach. And he's always vocal. He's always on the sidelines, and he's always talking. So this is how I know that clubs are so stupid. If you see that most of Arsenal's goals came from set pieces, and they have the coach right here, you have to implement it too.
No,
you have some teams that concede consistently from corners.
You know it's coming, but the delivery, the quality of the delivery is second to none. So he's gonna whip it in hard. So the quality is what is beating you. You know it's coming. You know you're a runner, but the delivery is pinpoint. Where if he does his hand like this, you're gonna go second post. If he does it like this, you know he's gonna be in the penalty box. And with those kind of quality that Rice has, he's gonna put it there. So you don't know if he's second post or first post on the penalty spot. They know what's coming. So you know vaguely that it's gonna be a corner kick here, but they know it's gonna be in the PK spot. Now the other guy will run a decoy. The one coming will be coming. They box the keeper in. The speed of the pace of the ball will beat you.
And some of these defenders, when they're jumping, they're closing their eyes. Like, do you know why Harry Maguire closing his eyes? How can he see where the ball is going if he closes his eyes?
Because he's timed it already. He knows the time. But anyway, yeah. Harry Maguire, different story anyway. But good player though. Good player.
Good enough player. He's okay.
Yeah. He gives you 110. Yeah, he might not be, but he gives you that extra you needed when some people will give up, don't want to mention him, the one that went to Barcelona, great player, but if it's not going well, you could see.
He's a diva. So he's a diva, and he thinks he has arrived.
You could see it from far, I'm not knocking him.
So Harry Maguire is one of those. Harry Maguire is one of those students that is dunce, but he tries hard in class.
Yeah, Harry Maguire, even though if you're cussing him, he's playing bad, he's still gonna show up. He knows he's average, but he's gonna give you the big part.
He knows it. Exactly.
No, he knows that. Harry Maguire himself knows that. But what he has, you don't have.
It's
some
hard.
players.
You can't make up a heart. I get it.
Some players. And Man United, that was what kept Man United before. Man United, Fergie time. Fergie time is not because they're good players. They're great players, but that's Fergie time. That 89 minutes is Fergie time. He does like this. Now you're gonna wake up. You're gonna throw everything you got. Now they don't even have Fergie time.
You know what? Today, I'm gonna be honest. Today, the last 15 minutes of the game, they threw everything, even the kitchen sink. They threw, and I said to somebody that the last 15 of the game today was probably the best spell of the game for Manchester United. So maybe it's Amarin time coming in now,
But they don't have those quality players then.
You can't tell Bruno that. You can't tell Bruno I'm not quality.
Oh, they have Bruno, and then who else? Okay, I'm waiting.
Look at Junior.
I'm waiting. Yeah, you name Bruno. Okay, Mboma. Okay, not bad. Today, Acuna. Okay, not bad. I'm waiting.
Garbage.
Junior, £100 million striker.
Which one?
Sesko?
Yeah, what's the 100 million?
Let's go.
No.
Is it 100 million?
Nope, but that's okay.
No?
Is it how much?
Yeah, a little bit less.
100 is 100 million.
Yeah,
They bought him for his height. So I expect to see him in the box for every cross.
Yeah, he's gonna come. Maybe they will come.
Yeah,
100 million.
But then,
is he Lukaku? Who is he?
Lukaku.
Okay, I was being facetious. But
the other one.
I was being facetious.
We will see.
Yeah, they're coming. They will come.
Since that's the last game for the English Premier League, I would just put a bow on all these games for in England this weekend. I think there's more questions to be asked for most of these teams, and even for teams that I thought there weren't any questions, you guys came up and rightfully brought up questions around Man City. So it's only week one. There's a lot of games left to be played. There are some alarm flags out there for some teams, and we will see as the weeks go by. But any other major takeaway from this week's game in England for you guys? Let's start with you, Max. Any other major takeaway?
Yeah, a huge takeaway. First week, nothing crazy. So my takeaway would be, my little heart, West Ham. Yes. I need to go back to West Ham. They need to do better. They need to come up. As you said, I don't want them to be relegated, but it's too early to start talking about relegation anyway, because they're gonna come. They're gonna come and gel. Yeah, I know Antonio hasn't returned yet, or is he retired? Antonio?
Yeah, West Ham
appointed.
cut him.
Yeah, so because too much, I was sad, when that happened. So hopefully they're gonna get people like Antonio, because Antonio gives you everything. It's no, they're that kind of a guy who goes extra. Unfortunately, what happened, but West Ham gonna need that, Gonna need that. That's my takeaway for now. Arsenal, you're doing great, whatever, but West Ham is the big takeaway for me.
What about you, come on?
Yeah, for me, Newcastle, Aston Villa, you give away your core, your good players, and know you're struggling. You didn't go back. So you threw away all of your fruits and vegetables and did not go back to the market. That's how I see it. So I'm like, how do you expect to win, the Premier League if you're not at your best, if you can't keep up? Unless your job or what you really want to do is just stay in the Premier League, like Everton. Everton will not do a job either. So tomorrow too, I am really looking forward to see if your boy Moyes will do well versus Leeds. Leeds just come back up, right? Yeah, Leeds just come back up.
Yeah.
So and Everton played well the other day. So I really want to see how they're going to play tomorrow. But yeah, some of the teams, I just think, although we have some weeks left in a transfer market, and maybe this game that they played is really a test to see where they are and what they really need to do. But some of them really need to invest. If you want to be in the Premier League, if you want to play good games, you have to invest in your team and get some good players. They can't get rid of the man, and because I still think Aston Villa getting rid of Leon Bailey, even though last season he wasn't as productive as before. He's still a valuable piece. It was just mind-boggling. On loan, you get rid of this young man. And there wasn't any quality with Aston Villa, in Aston Villa versus Newcastle. There was nothing that really say, okay, we can do without this one piece. So that was just my takeaway. It's like, why are you doing this? Who is scouting? Who is really watching the games to say that we are okay with this 11 when they're not doing anything on the field? But I mean, maybe, as I said, I may be panicking because it's the first game of the season, but you can tell when some teams are good and when some teams are really not good.
So then, to sum it up, then for you guys take away, more to come and more changes to come, and the teams are not rounded into shape as yet, but we will see in the next couple of coming weeks. Max, I know you say you wanted to be on for the English review. We're about to switch over to La Liga real quick, then go to Yawd Ballers. So I know you don't want to be on for that. So
Listen, La Liga.
Yeah.
I'm happy for you guys to continue. I love it. Listen, La Liga for me, not knocking anything. There's only 4 teams in La Liga. I know. So good show when the Barcelona, the Real Madrid, the Atletico, yes, are playing, but immediately goes to the other ones. It's difficult. I struggle.
No problem. But
I
so
struggle.
I'll run through the scores real quick in La Liga. So far,
Okay.
Rio Vallecano defeated Girona 3-1. Villarreal defeated Real Oviedo 2-0. Mallorca lost to Barca 3-0. Alaves defeated Levante 2-1. Real Sociedad tied with Valencia 1-1. Getafe defeated Celta 2-0. Sevilla and Athletic Bilbao defeated Sevilla 3-2. At the time when I pulled the scores, Atleti was up 1-0. Atletico Madrid was up 1-0 versus Espanyol. Was it Atletico Madrid? And
they lost 2-1.
And that game ended 2-1. So that's, like you said earlier, Max, is only 2 teams, 3 teams. Real Madrid is yet to play on Tuesday.
Listen, I didn't say it. You were saying it, but
it's the truth. It's the truth. But Cameroon's team is Barcelona, or one of our other teams is Barcelona, the great Barcelona, and we talk about some people in administration in certain countries, in not in the USA, in the Caribbean, in football administration, we call them 3-card men. Barcelona is the 3-card team because somehow they get to register Rashford when they have no money. So come on, how you feel about your Barcelona?
Yeah, but Barcelona kind of good with that, you know.
Yeah.
So they pick the next move. They're gonna be like, oh, we sign him, and then they're gonna sell him back to something to make their money. Yes.
But I think they deregistered some players, sent some players on
They
loan.
did it to Aubameyang. This one I know. Don't worry, I'll tell you this one.
Yeah.
Aubameyang. This one I saw it coming. You know, like
but I don't even know what's a good.
I don't know if we have a waiver. Do I need to sign a waiver?
So I think they deregistered some players.
Let me put allegedly.
Well, Rashford came on, so Rashford has been registered. So I think he was the only one that was registered. Some are not registered yet.
Oh, you know, there's another player that didn't register, the Spanish guy.
I think the goalkeeper. I think there's a goalkeeper.
The guy that went and brought for Bayern Munich. What's his name? The little kid with funny teeth.
They still have a couple weeks to figure it out. But I just don't understand because I don't know. Barcelona is my team, but this Rashford move to me was like, I just don't get it. And yesterday when he came on in the 69th minute and he played, I just don't know. I just don't know if he's ever going to be a good fit. As I said, he's a friend, but I don't know if he's going to be. He just looked so out of place. But Rashford was not needed in this Barcelona team.
No, Rashford. I think with Rashford is a different ballgame. The way I'm seeing it, Rashford wants to prove something. He wants to. Well, that's the problem. So what are you trying to prove? You know,
what he should have done. But what he should have done was he should have signed for a Manchester United direct rival, right? And play against him and score a hat-trick and brace a 5 assists.
Listen, let me help you there. Over there, it's a different ballgame. If he signed for Man City, you know, he's never going to have a peace in his life. Like, you know, allegedly. So he wants to go out and prove. He still wants to come back to Man U. He's still young. He still wants to come back. Don't get me wrong, it's his love. You know, he broke into first team. He came from the academy. He had success. Now that he get to a place he could understand what he's doing, it's like the success is gone. No, Rashford, the success is not gone. You overachieved at an early age. So now that he got to his prime, you think he should be Ballon d'Or talking. No, you should just stay calm, stay in England, get a good advice, do your game. Play for Aston Villa. Play for even if you're gonna play for
West Ham. He would have been a good fit at West Ham, and I get it. As I said, fans are fickle. Fans are so fickle. Like we thought when Grealish left Aston Villa, it would be the end of him. Like they would see him on the street and they would stone him. Rashford, Man U fans were tired of Rashford. They were okay with him leaving. Yeah. So I don't understand. I am just confused.
That's another thing I'm gonna help you break down for you. You know, Grealish could do whatever and piss on the street and still be okay. Like is Grealish because Rashford will give you $100 or £100.
Oh.
You know? So two different. So fans, fickle or not fickle, they know where the barrier ends. You know?
But what happens if he goes to Barcelona and it's a failed experiment? Like
Then,
what will happen right
then
here?
West Ham will welcome him with open arms.
For 5 million. So I just get like Barcelona, but what is our gap? Listen, this is how I know Barcelona is a very unserious club. When they got what's his name? Brathwaite. What is his first name?
Bridgewater.
Oh no, Chelsea was. Oh no, Chelsea was doing what? His name was is it Martin Brathwaite?
Oh, Brathwaite from Barca?
Brathwaite.
Yeah, that is how I know he was like
Carlos.
I don't
No,
know.
not Carlos.
No man, something Brathwaite man. I think it's
Martin
Martin.
Brathwaite.
Something Brathwaite man. So
Martin.
no, he's one of those. No, he's one of the richest real estate person, which is his calling. But this is how I know Barcelona because he wasn't a footballer. He wasn't so. But I don't. I say it, and I'm not going to say it because then they might sue Junior. But I keep talking
Allegedly.
all the time. Allegedly. I keep saying it like oh. So this Rashford move to Barcelona is puzzling, but only time will tell. But based on what I saw yesterday,
it's a good move for Rashford. If he could bang in 1 or 2 goals, do 1, 2 magic. What Barcelona gonna do? They're gonna sign you and then ship you out. You know, sign you.
Listen, I don't think he is. I don't think he's a good fit for Barcelona. So I just unless the money was mind blowing, I just don't understand why.
It's not even the money. It's not the money.
Well,
It's something else. It's more. Yeah, because Rashford has been scarred, you know, in a way, because there's nothing he could do to be enough. He could run the whole field. He could do anything. It's not enough. That's the stage.
But it's not. But the thing is, this too. I get it, and I understand being an athlete, you're scrutinized, but at the same time, it's not unique to Rashford. He has seen this before, where fans are fickle and fans think they own you, so you have to do your best, right, and whatever. Because trust me, today they'll hate you. Tomorrow,
he hasn't got that
Harry.
maturity yet. He has to get to that place. He's still a young kid. Oh,
how old is Rashford? 25?
27, 20.
And you call him a young kid.
Oh yeah. When you see success too early, it looks like you're so old. So for him, when you get to maybe 30, where he doesn't care anymore, it's like, well, say whatever you want to say. I just want to do.
Well, that's Junior's boy.
So he will come. He will come. He will come back to Man U. You know, return of the rush. It's going to be back to normal again. But who knows? You know,
he would have to be banging the goals, dishing out the assists, winning the trophies. I think to get an England call up.
Yeah, Rashford could come to America to watch basketball. It's a big news. Like he came to watch basket off season. Went to Disney. Big news. The other guy will come and party, roll over in the gutter. No news.
So and there's another side to that conversation that I hear you hinting towards it, Max. And we're about to going to Yawd Ballers, but that's something that we should not dismiss it. And I will come out and say I like Marcus Rashford the person. I don't like Marcus Rashford the footballer. And I don't support Marcus Rashford the footballer. But I support Marcus Rashford the person. And BallChat, we are a global show. We try to be a global show. We are welcoming to everybody of different backgrounds.
Whatever, yeah.
However, we have to talk the truth sometime. And the truth is sometimes it puts some people in an uncomfortable state of mind. And the thing that you and Kamona here alluding to, which is very important, and that's the human side of the game, is Rashford, whether fair or unfair, it is unfair, is scrutinized by the public. And the worst type of public to be scrutinized, forget about me, the common Manchester United fan that doesn't live in England. Rashford couldn't care less. But the British fans that hated on Rashford, that affected him. And it's very unfortunate that a young player obviously didn't have the support around him that could say, like the support that you're getting from them, but dude, you're a millionaire. Don't care about them. Wipe your tears away with £100 when they say something bad to you.
Yeah, because he cares
That
too
is the
much,
part that
and
is missing.
because he cares a lot. He does a lot for the community, so he feels like he's doing the right thing. But anyway,
He does, but
he's young. He's young.
But then the other side of the coin, which is what is puzzling to me, is, and this is something that we talk about on the show all the time. We support these leagues. It happens in Italy a lot, and and Camon is one of the owners of this show, and we support Camon and our family to the max. So with Michael going to it, we now have to support Michael. And we talk about Michael Seaton playing in Italy, and I don't want to carry so close to Camon's heart right now. But with these communities and the way that they are, we have to galvanize these players. And unfortunately for Rashford, if your support system cannot provide the environment for you in England to protect you against those knucklehead fans, what do we think is going to happen in Spain? In Catalan?
Oh, yeah.
Forget about Spain. What would think will happen in Catalan when you are not even part of the La Masia? Or however I pronounce the name, La Masia or whatever. You are not even a part of that. And if you go there and do something that they don't like, if you show, I don't want to say, I'm not saying that he's weak, I'm not saying that he's soft. But if you let this environment affect you at home, what's going to happen when the Spanish people that have the British people are doing it with some love for you in the back of their heart?
No connection.
So I'm gonna come in there. I'm not gonna elaborate too much on it. Sometimes it's difficult when it's homegrown, if you know what I mean.
Yes.
When it's homegrown.
Yeah, because you expect better from home. What we're saying
so
is this.
away. Listen, I was in Poland. Yes. Poland. So nice people, wonderful people, you know. So you're gonna sometimes
but that's what we're saying though. We don't think he's strong enough.
But now pay attention. If it happened in my own country, my people now, you don't know how to react to that. Make sense?
Right.
So the other one you expect, but now if you come home and now the other neighbor who knows that one is different.
But hold on. His entire family is in England. Like you have, and unless because we're on the outside and not everybody have community or a circle or whatever. So unless him don't have that community and circle, we can go home and play some pool, whatever, and get it off of your mind. Moving here with them just as bad, because look at it. Look at Balotelli. Balotelli's an Italian, and they would eat him over Italy, right? And I'm like, and he would just brush it off. That's community. So we get it, and we wish the young man all the best.
All the best. Balotelli, for that, let me chop in. Balotelli was battling every day.
Oh yeah, Balotelli is my baller. He battled in England, right? And even his
he got more love. He got more love in England than
right. So for Rashford, no, it's And then yesterday, it did not endear him to the fans because he was on the 6. He missed a clear chance on the 6. So if he does a whole bunch of that, expect to see them throwing back. Not to say they're not throwing at England too. Throw some banana on the pitch. It's going to happen because we've seen it. It's not acceptable, right? And FIFA coming in and trying to, but they're not doing enough. They're not doing enough because You don't want to alienate the fans because the fans are buying the tickets, they're filling the stadiums. If you ban a whole section, and I like World Cup qualification where you can say, or Europe qualification, Europa League or whatever, where you say you play away in an empty stadium because we're penalizing you. You're not going to see that at a La Liga game, or you're not going to see it at a Premier League. They're not banning the entire stadium. You're not going to see anybody playing in an empty stadium. So it is a little bit troubling. We expect it, and dare to say that we're used to it. We don't like it, but we are just the fans. I don't know how we're going to change it. So for Rashford, I wish him all the best. But this Barcelona move, I'm not printing Rashford's name on my jersey because I don't think he's going to be there that long. But the move was kind of like a little bit strange for me. I would have, if he had stayed at Aston Villa, I would have understood. If he went to a Newcastle, if he went to a not Brighton don't need him, a West Ham, even to go down to a Southampton. But again, Rashford thinks he's bigger than that. So he wouldn't want to go. He wouldn't want a project where he could go down with Southampton and be the hero and bring them back, right?
He'll be happy at Arsenal. If he goes to Arsenal, he'll be fine.
I don't think he'll be happy at Arsenal. I mean, like, why? Because he has his friends there, Saka and whatever.
No, they're going to be getting the run. He'll make a run.
But would he be in the starting level though? Rashford would be a
10
bench
minutes,
player.
Raheem Sterling, 10 minutes to go, you come in.
And even 10 minutes to go, Raheem has not been fit. Let us not talk about Raheem. Let us skip and jump over Raheem. 10 minutes to go and you put Raheem. Raheem is not the player that he used to be. And as a Jamaican, Raheem is a Jamaican and we love him and we appreciate him.
We love him. He gives you that run though. He makes the run.
And then do what with it? If I have to pull up the stats, Raheem lost more balls last season than the runs that he made went into anything. He didn't do anything with the balls that he got. He lost 95%
because
of the
he was
balls.
making a run, trying to do too much, but he's making a run. So when you make a run, it creates a space for the other guys.
Chelsea is a good fit for Raheem. So listen, if West Ham smart, them draw for Raheem.
But it's 100. I think it's 150 a week, something like that.
He take a pay cut. What's he gonna do?
Your check. Why are you taking a pay cut?
Or what Chelsea should do is loan him to West Ham. Make West Ham pay half his salary and they pay half
money
his
for his pocket. Listen, Raheem has another 3 years. You're gonna retire.
I'm not gonna be the one to say that because they may beat me.
But what I mean in 3 years, get where you could get.
But he wants to play though. I mean, like Raheem still has the ambition of playing, of being a man on the field, and Chelsea is just not the place for him.
His legs cannot sustain that. Premier League.
If Kyle Walker and Ashley Young legs can sustain it, Casemiro legs can sustain it, Raheem can it. Raheem short and fit. He'll be okay.
Different players.
So let's transition to the next part of the show, the Yawd Ballers segment highlighting Jamaican football, and that's a perfect segue into this segment because there was a brief communication going through the chat, and the transfer market affects everybody in football. We talked about Mikel Antonio speaking about legs and not having legs. And I'm not talking about the injury. I'm talking about the age and not being able to play for West Ham anymore. And we see Mikel Antonio going into punditry right now. And we're still hearing words that he wants to play. And can he play for Jamaica come September? Come on. The floor is yours. Yawd Ballers. I don't know if you want to start with Mikel Antonio.
No. Okay.
Listen, Mikel Antonio... I mean, like he's a good player. Jamaica really don't have an embarrassment of riches, and now they're talking about Mason Greenwood. But my contact told me that we should not look for Mason Greenwood in the list for September. He won't be playing in the World Cup qualification games in September. So everybody who jump up and down because I'm getting passports, he won't be on the list. That's what my link is telling me. So we shall see. There are some other names, but I was asked not to say because it not make public yet. So this is from a BallChat group. But then I am of the belief, and I've always said this, and I don't know why Jamaica think they're a party shop. If you are not playing for a club, you should not be chosen to play international football. I'm sorry. I just think you have to be match fit, you have to be game fit. Training at a gym is not it. If Mikel Antonio does not find a club between now and World Cup or World Cup qualification, what is the reasoning for bringing him? Like, what are we going to do? I mean, like, what is it? We have strikers out there. We have a Norman Campbell out there who's playing in Denmark or Norway, who's banging in the goals, who's doing very well. We have these players out there that are playing for clubs week in, week out, and we're going to get a man who is a commentator to come and lead the front line. We have to do better. So I don't agree with that. So if him don't, I'm sorry. I am okay with him not being on the list if he does not have a club.
So we're talking about the same Mikel Antonio that had the crash, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. For me, we're glad that he recovered, because that's the first and foremost. And for Mikel Antonio, the way he plays, he gives everything. I don't know how he'll be feeling going into that tackle, So that would be my own. If he's 100% fit, he will be better than someone who's playing in his maybe an American league here. No disrespect. yeah, because if he's fit, he could give you that. So even if you have sometimes you have them for that moral support, because if he's on the bench, let me say, if he's on the bench, that young guy knows that Mikel is on the bench, will be working hard and hard. So he pushes the young generation differently. Not a problem.
He was included in the last 2 games that we had, right?
Okay.
And he played junior, right? He played,
okay.
And he wasn't.
It wasn't the same.
Right.
Okay.
And I get what you're saying, but the thing is this too, right?
Mm-hmm.
It is an 18-man. It's a bench, right? So we need the players. We're going to bring a player who is not match fit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who is not game ready, to sit on the bench. You know what? If he's going to be a commentator, what the JFF should do is include him on the coaching squad.
Okay.
Instead of taking up a roster space where we really need all the strikers and wingers that we possibly can. As a matter of fact, Jamaica playing some minnows. Let me not disrespect Curacao, because Curacao is really doing well in terms of scouting and whatever. But if Jamaica can't qualify for the World Cup without Mikel Antonio, what they need to do is dig up all the fields them in Jamaica and plant them, because it makes no sense. But I get what you're saying, but I would prefer, because if you look at other countries, if you're not playing clubs, look at England. Like, we're not comparing with Jamaica, but for example, England don't pick players from championship.
No. In England, what they do in England is a different ballgame, which I'm gonna say. Sometimes they get all this. We got Eze, they give you a 1 cap and then pack you on the side. They stockpiling. They're stockpiling.
Yeah.
They look at
a lot of countries do that too. Spain do that. Italy do that.
Yeah, but England, this one.
Yeah, but that's what they did with Zaha, right?
No.
Even though Drogba tell him say don't do it, they still go ahead and do it.
Stockpile you.
Ivan Toney. Look at Ivan Toney. Ivan Toney would have been a great
fit for Jamaica. Yeah.
Can I tell you? So he would have been a good number 9 for Jamaica. And he make them fool him. Whatever, him can go on.
Yeah.
All I say is that I prefer.
What Ivan Toney's team should do, they should go and appeal and say, listen, I played all the 3 games. They need to change this rule. I need to come play for Jamaica, So, because
what you say? You should go to FIFA and cry?
No, just go to court of arbitration and lay his case. Because now that he's gone to Saudi, they're not even going to play him at all. So don't worry about that one. I said, I'm still 12. How old is Ivan Toney? How old? He's just a baby.
What, 26, 27?
27?
He's still
international.
Young, but, I think the ship has sailed because of his history. I don't think court
What
arbitration, we
history?
want to hear from Ivan Toney with his betting history.
Okay. He's done his time, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
but still.
Hey,
He's done
listen.
his time, right?
Exactly. If Mason Greenwood can get a pass, Ivan Toney
Yes,
can
he
get
agree
a
with,
pass.
right?
Yeah.
And there's other people that like, hello,
Paqueta.
Well,
like
Paqueta is cleared.
Paqueta is cleared. Paqueta one is there's this guy like literally on someone. Hello.
Exactly. So
So,
listen.
hey,
So that's it. So for me, for Mikel Antonio, if them pick him, then pick him. If they don't pick him,
yeah.
that's fine with me. But it's just interesting that now they're saying that Mason Greenwood will not be included, and I don't know if I don't know what he's doing.
Put him in. Put him in. Let's go and bang
Yeah,
his
but the
goals.
player, the player would have to want to be there,
Which
right?
dude, you want to go to World Cup? And listen, let me tell you something about this game. You get 4 years. The next 4 years, I was in the Nigerian national team that didn't make the German World Cup, and that's it. You think you have another 4 years? There's a lot of players, Ganu, established players who you know need the World Cup. 2010, you've already done.
Jamaica will be in the World Cup.
That's what I'm saying. So because
Jamaica will be,
so it's even more difficult for you to get the second chance. The other 4 years coming. It's not guaranteed. So if you could do anything in England, they do anything to get there. They don't care. They don't care your history. They want to get there. When it comes out, you want it. What? You want to get there.
So we will see. So my source is really wrong. So let us see.
I will take him. I will take Greenwood. I will take him.
Yeah, they said that he has his passport, but he's not in the list. So maybe he does not want to play.
And his case, the person has come back and said, sorry, allegedly.
Yes. So we will see. So Juna, that's my opinion on the Mikel thing.
So what else there for Yawd Ballers come on? Because I know we have some stories out there. Also, yeah, go ahead. What is there for Yawd Ballers?
Sorry?
Because I know, no, come on with Yawd Ballers, because I know Leon Bailey reported, I see Craig Butler posted today on Instagram a very cryptic message. Posted.
It's not no cryptic. Bailey signing for Roma on a loan from Aston Villa. Aston Villa, the handles on Twitter, on X, are already saying it. The Aston Villa people them say him gonna Roma. And you should know because look at the player for Crystal Palace who's going to Tottenham, who was in the starting table. Bailey wasn't in the 18. So Bailey is in Roma doing his medical, if it not completed. So he's at Roma. So that is the big reveal.
So why did he go to Roma? Why?
Because Roma offered the deal. So it was either Turkey or Italy, and he chose Italy.
And is he okay? I don't want to. Is this still gonna come and help Jamaica qualify, or is this?
Yeah. He's always in Jamaica squad.
So okay.
That's good. You know he also does some acting too, right, Max?
Sorry.
He does some acting too. So
they're saying he's a YouTube star. Oh no.
We will leave it at that.
No,
also, another player that's on the move. Benton's Bala is going on loan to Crawley Town. You have anything about that? Come on.
Kaheem Dixon is on loan to Crawley Town, and this is kind of surprising to me because Charlton Athletic, they're not a powerhouse, and they just got another Jamaican player as well. So I'm like, and I thought he was doing well. He was doing well for the U21, and I think he played a couple senior games for Charlton. So that's a puzzling move. Maybe they want him to play first team minutes because he was mostly playing for the U21s, but it was just it's a level down, and I don't understand why. So that's kind of puzzling for me with Kaheem's move.
So So then, Mark,
I
so
don't, I
just
don't know.
as
I'm
a
gonna
perspective
research
on
more
that.
on that one. I didn't know.
Yeah, but just for perspective on that, seeing that you played for so many teams in England, for a player, what do you think is the mindset in a World Cup year when you have players that are playing ahead of you right now in the national setup? Just to give you a roundabout and come on, fill in wherever a falls short, but a player that is trying to be an integral part of the national team. He's a young player playing for Charlton, now on his way on loan to Crawley Town this year. And it's a live wire, and he does his part for the national team. What do you think? Do you think the mindset of the player, what would your recommendation be to a player like that?
So going to Crawley Town, that's a step down, unless Crawley are doing something. But for him, I think he wants to be playing. Maybe at Charlton, if he's not playing regular 90 minutes, So even if you're in Crawley, having week in, week out playing, I think that should be almost enough for you to fit into the national team. He could be better than even Charlton, but the system may be difficult for him. So another thing you're gonna pay attention to, people don't talk about. If he hasn't got the 75% international playing time and he wasn't born in Europe, he cannot play as a pro. So,
no, man, he has that.
Okay.
He is eligible for that. So he has played couple games
how many
for
percent? Just give me percentage now.
He's
He
past
met
the
the percentage.
75%.
This year or last year? You know, it's every year they reset every season.
Yeah, every year he's a staple in the national
so-
team. Like if he's not in the national team, people ask why is that
Good.
in that. So he's a staple. But it's just even with that. Even today though, they played against Crew
Alexandra, I
right.
played
They
against
played
Crew.
today,
Raleigh, I played.
and he didn't even start. He came on and he played
so
24 minutes.
So now
Very
it comes now with that this bureaucracy, with that law, you could sign for Man U, but playing for Crawley or playing lower, so that he could get his game international whatever, get the 70%, then he could come back. So sometimes that's why they send you on loan. I was training at West Ham, but I couldn't play for them, but I could play for Forrock. I was at West Ham doing everything. Like Robert Green was there, the keeper was there. I was locking it in. But I'm gonna go Saturday. I go alone, play for whoever. But I'm doing it to be sharp, to be having a game, getting doing what I love doing anyway. So that you're gonna look out for. If he's not, then he just wanna be match fit. That turn, that sharpness. He wants to be playing. But if you say he played only 20 minutes and Crawley,
and it wasn't even a starting 11, and it's not like Charlton is doing
if he
well.
dropped from Charlton and played 20 minutes, he won't be happy to even be there.
Yeah, 27 minutes, and
I know
not even say play 27 minutes. You didn't even start. You're on the bench, and then it's not. Charlton is 10th right now. They only played 2 games still, but they lost one and they won the draw one on them. So it's not like say they're up there. So and he's a good young, fast, pacey, and it's kind of.
I think Charlton's setup will benefit him because the setups were Premier League, so they still get the facility and everything. The training you get in there will be different. For Crawley Town, unless maybe they up it up now. Crawley, when I was there, it was not South, not League One, I think something like that. But maybe they've climbed.
I think it's League Two. Crawley's pitch is always waterlogged. That is the first thing.
That's Crawley.
And the stands are so right. So it's like so to me, it's the equivalent of leaving your league and going to play a Sunday league.
I wouldn't agree with that.
All right, based on where he's coming from, though, when you think about it, like he's probably sitting in the locker room, I was like, oh my god,
he'll be like,
Yeah, because he was scoring 4 goals, 3 goals, in a one match, 2 assists in for you, the U
It's,
Charlton U21.
yeah, but now what people don't understand with the League One, League Two, and League Three is so difficult because all those guys who were in Manchester United, they let go. Guess where?
They're gone down
Guess
there.
where? They're there. You might not be knowing the name. They might not be named Glamour, Premier League. They are there. They are digging. And those guys are seasonal pros playing in the league.
Yeah.
So,
And there's some good teams down there too, because remember Bolton, remember not Birmingham, but some other team, Portsmouth. You have some teams down there, Swindon Town. So
all these
yeah,
guys were Portsmouth, where you used to Premier League, winning every cup.
Bolton. We had the Jamaican Bibi Gardner playing. Stoke. Where's Stoke? Hold on, Stoke is championship. Because I was like, oh my
Stoke
God.
is championship. You get the choir boys, which are Wickham Wanderers. Wickham Wanderers. I live at Wickham. My kids were born in Wickham. I was a step away. I was in there. They have everything, But guess what? They don't even want to go up. I know, which is crazy. You're like, Fireboys, that League 2, League 3, they love it. They will come and smash your head in. They have players, you come, you say, Ebereze was there before. You know that. This Ebere was at Wickham Wanderers. And you might Google what is Wickham. It might be the first time you hear Wickham Wanderers. Ebereze was there and he was balling. He was zipping it. You go, what? But they know what they're doing. They get it. They know you're going to do this. Guess what?
Okay.
But let's put a bow on the Yawd Ballers. This is a Yawd Ballers, a little twist. But JPL, and before we talk about JPL real quick, come on. The Women's Premier League just concluded a couple weeks ago, or last week in Jamaica. Real quick, what's the takeaway from it? Is there let's put a bow on the Jamaica Women's Premier League. Do you think it was a successful season, especially with you?
Absolutely not. Arnett, they won it. No, not Arnett.
Fraser's
team name win it. Fraser's Whip win it again. Based on my conversations with coaches and people, the club still have not received any payment. They're still owed money. They talked about girls would be getting stipends. Girls have not been getting stipends. It's just, nobody really watched it. Nobody knew. The output was not really great. I should say that the graphics was the best thing that came out of the league. When you saw the poster, it looked really good. But the Women's Premier League needs some more help. It needs something. The ladies that play the league, they did not benefit from the league. They run up and down, keep fit on the weekends, but when it comes to assisting in other things, it just did not work out for them. So, congrats to Fraser's Whip. Them beat up everybody because, them bringing all the top players, them and have them, probably give them stipend. But for the other clubs, the ladies don't get anything, and it was just playing free football.
But we talk about playing for free football and
sorry to hear that.
Yeah, they need Athletic Republic, Max. The women need Athletic Republic.
They definitely do. And I should also say that the U14 girls, they beat Bermuda 1-0. Unfortunately, our very good goalkeeper got a red card. So it will be interesting to see how the coach adjusts for the next game. But, they're doing well.
It's difficult. I know girls soccer, football. When you come over here, is top and top. When you go the other side, it drops. Even like in Nigeria, I don't know. We might have a league but which is crazy. But you get good players who are playing in Roma, all these places. But when they come for the national team, it's great. But that's what we over the other side, we need to change the mentality, because we usually, when it gets playing soccer,
no, nobody watches girls football. And so for us, my sister and I, we have a girls football academy back home called Next Gen.
Nice.
Football academy. And so we've been in business maybe almost 4 years. And in the 4 years, we have helped 16 girls to get scholarships in the US.
Oh,
So
nice one.
so
Nice one.
that's yeah, so that's our thing that we're doing. They play a league called Reina's League
Oh, nice.
down in Jamaica, try to give them year in, year out. My sister, she's the coach for them, and then she also coaches St. Jago High School. So
Oh,
what
nice.
she does, she uses the girls from the high school in the academy, so they're playing all year round.
Right.
And because of that, now we have film, because the biggest thing is getting film for coaches.
But, yeah.
So yeah, so we got some girls some 4-year scholarship, we got some girls some 2 years.
Oh,
And when
nice.
they come here to community college, they play and then they go to the 4-year college.
Oh,
So
nice one.
it's
Nice
very
one.
difficult and it's hard because we can't get the parents to
So,
get involved and allow their girls to play football, because I really don't see the benefit.
Just like the other side, they look at you and go,
yeah, and there's
what are you
no
talking
benefit
about?
until they play national, the
National.
national team. 'Cause we support the Nigerian national team, women team. That's one of my favorite teams.
Hey, listen, when you look at them coming out, you go, wow. But half of those kids were born here, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So already the mindset is different.
Yeah,
So,
but you have to go where the opportunity is, though, because if you can't play, if there's no league for you to play in your country where you can sustain yourself, because you have to have money to go to training, you have to have money to live. So if you can't sustain yourself, so what we try to do is get you from school and let you come here in school, play, get integrated in the system, make some money, then you come back and you assist the national team. So the women's side of football really needs support.
So for the great job you're doing, next time you're bringing them here, you bring them for Athletic Republic for free.
Okay, thank you. I'll definitely let them know.
You just when you bring them, just they see, even though when they're here for them, just come. We show them the extra stuff, we do, and we could help support your journny, because it's not easy. Trust you me. I know definitely.
We had a tournament this summer, and I was so glad when it was over. I mean, like, all my money went into, because then gears and shoes and sustenance. So you have to have these things. You have to buy tents and igloos. So the things that goes into building a successful program, it's not
easy. It's not easy. And when it's as you say, community college or HSBC college, we work with some coaches as well. We could get so we do it through June. It's not gonna be through you. So we're going through here for that opportunity, and we get you guys linked up. Yes.
Okay.
Some of these players who played in that Nigerian we know this story.
Okay.
Yeah, it's difficult. It's difficult, especially the other side. Over here, the girls team, the US team, the soccer team. Before today, I went and watched a tournament. I do that. I do scout. I do see people I work with. I want them to play. When you get there, the field was like, oh, girls, like 300. You're like, oh, then you turn around. There's the boys the other side. You're like, what's going on here? It's a tournament, and they're there Friday, Saturday, Sunday. They support him. The money is there. Yeah, the parents are okay as well here, but the other side, is different. Different mindset. But it's changing. It's changing. And the last time the girls did well. So the national team girls, they did really well. So they should have followed it up as well.
Yeah. Well, we'll
follow up. But hopefully it's going to change.
That's where we're going to leave. We're going to leave the show on that note, because I want to leave it on a positive note, and hearing the networking that is going on just in this conversation, that shows that all we need is a conversation to start, and that's so one hand help the other hand, and we can build something together. And that's the beauty about fellowship, especially with football, with sports. Everybody out there, we're all trying, we're all pushing. So Athletic Republic will support. Because there was another topic, I was going to talk about Craig Butler and his conflict of interest and getting rid of one team and buying another team. But I'm going to leave that alone till next week. I'm going to leave the show.
Next week we talk about that.
That's next week.
If I'm gonna research, if I got invited, am I gonna be invited a special occasion? I'm gonna sneak in. I want to see the game, the West Ham. If anything happens, I want to come back. I'm gonna call you guys. Hey,
Well, the door is open for that. The door is open.
I'll give you 5 minutes. Yeah.
The door is open for that. So people do remember, tomorrow, right here on our channel, we have a special interview with Max. You've got introduced to Max today on BallChat, but let's watch an official interview with him tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern. Benton saying, letting me know right now it's 5 p.m. Eastern, and he doesn't care about the European time. But over in Nigeria, in Africa, it will be at 10 o'clock, right?
4 hours. 4 hours different.
5 hours?
We are ahead.
Yeah.
4 or 5 hours. It depends on,
So it'll be 10 p.m., 10 or 9 p.m. in Africa. So watch it tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. or 10 p.m. in Africa, in the motherland. A special interview with Max from Athletic.
What about Jamaica? Is it the same time zone in Jamaica?
Jamaica
1 hour
is at
behind.
4 o'clock.
Jamaica's 1 hour behind us.
1 hour behind us. So 4 o'clock Jamaica time. Set your notification. It's already out there. See, Benton is asking, what about Bullhead at buying Chapelton? I'm leaving that for you next week when you're back, Benton, on the show. We'll talk about that. We're leaving the show positive today. I'm still trying to process this 1-0 loss to Arsenal, so I don't really want to lose my nerve. But check it out tomorrow. BallChat. Don't know.
You guys played well, but yeah, you're gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay. Maybe fourth or fifth Europa. Europa, maybe somewhere around there. Because the other spots has been all taken. If you look at the squad, Man City, Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool. We haven't even mentioned Liverpool. By the time
Not Nottingham Forest. Don't forget Nottingham, because they're always up there with Chris Wood.
Yeah, Chris Wood. Look at his goal he's scoring. That guy, he makes goals looks easy anyway. But he works hard. He runs. He doesn't look like a striker.
Nope. Doesn't even look like a footballer. But hey.
I don't want to say footballer because I would be like, hey, hello. He doesn't look like a striker. If you say footballer, they're gonna go, hey, what do you mean? Doesn't look like a striker, but his touch, he has a feather for a touch. Like that goal that drops, other people would have tried to slash it in and then it goes over the bar. He saw this.
I think he had like 3 hat tricks last season. I was like, whoa.
He's a player that's underrated, the way he looks. So, sometimes the eye test and when you don't have that, like Leon Bailey. Leon Bailey has the, when it comes like, look at his car. I want him.
I only scored 2 goals last season, but anyways.
Yeah, but different story. But that's kind of, in Premier League, they call it, you're going to have the Premier League body. So when you step out, that's the way you look, like Didier Drogba. Then when you step out, you go.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah, Peter Crouch looks like
Peter Crouch, different story, but yeah.
But people check out Athletic Republic. Athletic Republic, Roswell.com. If you have a young athlete in your family, you want to watch this episode tomorrow. It's very informative. Yeah, Max, pick up yourself every time. Come on, the Chelsea representative. You don't know. We will be back next week. I have some editing to do from this show just in case.
Thank you. And again, thank you very much for having me. It's been a pleasure. Thank you for meeting you as well. I didn't know, you didn't tell me, but I'm pleased. This is the first time I've ever done this thing, but I'm pleased. Hopefully it goes well. And I'm willing to be a contributor,
I appreciate it.
But it will be different this time. We're not going to dive in too much.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys.
All right.
So is that a closing song? What song do you finish with? I don't hear Jean-Paul and what music?
I would play
I do
gospel.
apologize. I'm a fond of, as I told him in the interview, I grew up in a place called 9 Miles.
But I have a different one. I would, you see, I am a Manchester United fan. Camon is a Chelsea fan. Chelsea, Stamford Bridge, Manchester United. We're like an endless stream of sorrow and pain. I think I should pull a song like a bridge over troubled water.
Oh, yeah. I like that. Oh, Simon, like a bridge over troubled water. Bridge. That's the
Stamford Bridge
Chelsea.
will be coming down.
Coming down. London Bridge, Stamford Bridge. All right. I get it.
Yo, respect
I do
people.
apologize.
You may make your followers on Instagram at BallChat Podcast, on Facebook at BallChat. Email us at ballchatpodcast@gmail.com or on Twitter. And also make sure you check out Athletic Republic Roswell on Instagram. Check it out right now. Go there, like, subscribe, tell a friend, tell a friend. The show run long this week, but we'll love it. We'll love the vibes. Next week again, people. Later.
Bye.